The two men who robbed M. Lemp Jewelers have been caught. Welcome to NCC News at 4:45. I'm Nicole Todd. The manhunt continues into day 18 for the prison break escapees, Richard Matt and David Sweat. The two escaped from Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora, just south of the Canadian border. After last night's rainfall, towns in Tompkins County are dealing with the aftermath of the floods. I'm Nicole Todd, and I'll tell you how its communities are cleaning up and what they're doing. For years, the Vatican has been criticized by victims of sexual abuse. Today, Pope Francis approved of a Vatican department to judge bishops accused of covering up child abuse. Victim groups have been asking for a clear procedure to make bishops more accountable. Details are still being worked out regarding the statute of limitations for old cases. President Obama announced today that 500 to 1,000 more troops will be sent to Iraq to extend training of forces to take back their capital, Ramadi. This is consistent with the U.S. approach of building up Iraqi forces. Over the past year, the U.S. has trained approximately 9,000 troops. The new plan is not likely to include deployment of U.S. forces closer to the front lines. South Korea is grappling with the MERS virus that has killed 9 people so far. This is the largest outbreak of the Middle East respiratory syndrome outside Saudi Arabia, where the virus was discovered. More than 3,000 people are being quarantined in Seoul Medical Center. Assessment of damage is going to cost up to $1 million, and that's just after looking at the bridges and roads and what's going to have to be fixed.
In some areas, in low-lying areas, the water was several feet deep, covering roads, and was covering bridges, and low-lying areas had large volumes of water, but it was all fairly well isolated to the town of Newfield, a little bit in the town of Danby. Southern part of the county, it just seemed that there was a cell that dumped, the Weather Service is saying, over 4 inches of rain within a few hours.
And residents are also advised to stay away from any standing or running water. But right now the water has subsided, but if any do show up with more rainfall, stay away from it due to the electric current. Now if you look over here, you will see that grass is flattened, and behind the grass over here there is asphalt, and neighbors say that the asphalt just showed up due to flowing with the current. And alongside the road there are rocks that the family over here put up against the road to block the water coming down the street to avoid across the street the garage. The family across the street was away for the weekend, and they tried to help save their neighbor's garage so it would not float away. And live in Newfield, Nicole Todd, NCC News, back to you. They come back year after year, and even though we had a record-breaking cold winter, some experts say ticks won't be as prevalent as years past. Kelly Adams at SUNY ESF says that ticks are going to be as prevalent as years past, but the cases of Lyme disease within the central New York area are increasing.
They are becoming much more common and more numerous throughout the area.
Ticks are year-round, but the CDC recommends to be extra vigilant in the warmer months when ticks are most active. To prevent ticks, avoid wooded areas with high grass and walk in the center of trails if hiking. Once home, check thoroughly all over your body for ticks because it doesn't take long for the disease to spread through your body.
Lyme organism generally takes 24 to 36 hours to be transmitted.
In New York, the most common types of ticks are the American dog tick, the Lone Star tick, and the deer tick. But only deer ticks carry the bacteria for Lyme disease. To remove a tick, take tweezers and grab as close to the skin as possible and pull. Clean the infected area thoroughly. If you develop a fever or rash, contact your doctor immediately. But in our area right now, health experts say there is a surprisingly large number of ticks carrying Lyme disease. So people who are outdoors a lot are encouraged to do routine checks for ticks.